Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. As always, hope you guys had an awesome day investing today. What I thought I would do today is talk a little bit about EPS, or earnings per share. If you guys watched my prior videos, you guys know that Ford Motor Company had its earnings reported today, and unfortunately had kind of a mixed picture with regards to its EPS here, or earnings per share. The consensus Wall Street estimate was 34 cents per share, but you can see there it came in at 30 cents a share. Kind of cool that Robinhood now has an earnings a module within its application here to see that very easily. The company did have better than expected revenue. I think the Wall Street consensus was 35.5 billion, and Ford actually had 38.7 billion. But unfortunately, the earnings per share was a little bit lower because of some offsets, because of a very large pension plan Ford has, as well as some difficulties in getting a plant, up and running in Mexico because of the incoming administration and some of the rhetoric coming out of the White House. So, unfortunately, for those two things, as well as some costly recalls, the earnings per share did not beat the consensus Wall Street estimate. But nevertheless, I think Ford is still a great company. I actually went ahead and put a little bit more money in. You can see on the bottom there, I put another $11,000 or so into Ford. As the price kind of trended down here today, you can see after earnings reported here in early trading hours here, it pretty much fell off about 3% or so, ending at 3.28% in the red. So I went ahead and just picked up some more shares. As you guys know, I think Ford is a great long-term buy. Yeah, over the last year or so, it has not performed as well as the S&P 500 in general. I think the S&P 500 overall is up 21% or so. Over the last 5 years, it hasn't performed nearly as well as the overall S&P 500, but again, it has an awesome dividend yield here, 4.85%. I really think Ford will take off here at some point within the next 2 or 3 years. So a lot of the investment that I put in today is probably going to be a swing trade. I think Ford's probably going to trend up in the next week or so, because really the actual EPS was not that much off of the consensus Wall Street estimates, and they actually had a little bit better revenue than predicted. So I think this was a little bit of an overreaction from the market. I've seen this in the past with Ford, especially with their last quarterly earnings projection. So I definitely think this is going to trend up. If it does, I'm going to go ahead and sell off the majority of the stock that I bought today. But a very interesting day for Ford here. It did kind of bring my overall portfolio down a bit here. You can see today's return, negative $1,000, 3.31%. So again, I think that's going to bounce back within this next week. If it does, I'm going to go ahead and do a swing trade and sell off a lot of those shares that I picked up today. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was EPS, or earnings per share. So this is really just a company's profit allocated to each outstanding share of common stock. So really, it's sort of an estimate of how profitable a company is. And for the most part, it is the most valuable indicator, or most important variable in determining a share's price. So as you guys see, it did not meet expectations. Because of that, the price dipped somewhat. But again, I think Ford is a great company moving forward. It's got a great dividend here, as you can see, great dividend yield of 4.85%. It has some great capability within the United States. It has the #1 selling vehicle in the United States for the last 34 years, the F-150 pickup truck, and it has some great expansion in China currently underway. So I think this is a great long-term buy. Yes, it did trend down a bit here today. I think this is going to bounce back. If it does, I'm going to try to do a little bit of a swing trade, make a little bit of money off of that. But again, I'm going to hold a lot of this for the long term. So yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit about Ford, a little bit about EPS as well, and what that means for a share's price. May actually put out a video kind of detailing further what EPS is and why it is so important for a share's price. But yeah, just wanted to talk about Ford, the earnings posted today, how the stock responded in price, and what I'm doing with the stock moving forward. So like I said, put a little bit more money in. Going to try to do a little bit of a swing trade. But again, I only do these types of trades in stocks that I am more than comfortable holding long. So if this does not trend back up to where it was before the earnings were reported here, right in the 1270 to right in 1270 range, then I'm going to hold this one long until it does trend up. I think it's probably going to get back up there at some point. For a while there, I actually had a sell price in at 1273, and I was almost going to put that in before earnings, but I thought I'd gamble a bit here. Did not pay off for me in the short term, but I think over the next week or so it will bounce back quite nicely. So yeah, just want to talk a little bit about Ford, what I did with my portfolio. Let me know if you guys think this was a good play or not. I know a lot of you guys are 50-50 with Ford. I like Ford as a long play, as a swing trade as well. Made quite a bit of money so far doing that. But yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are about Ford and what you guys are doing with your portfolio. So kind of with that, I'll end the video. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys are learning along with me. I've learned a ton, as you guys know, from doing these videos. Any video ideas, let me know. A lot of my videos recently have been from you guys, from suggestions you guys have posted. So appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, kind of with that, I'll end the video, and we'll see you guys next time.